Things will happen to knock you down, knock you off your game, but you just need to always get back up and find the next important thing to do. Do not dwell on your mistakes. Learn all you want about a particular field, but if you don't start doing, like, you won't actually learn. For women now, I think you don't even need to go to school to be in tech. So I think women should just open up their minds and see there are actually opportunities for them in this space. Education is important. There's a reason why I didn't say school is important. You need to be educated. Apart from what you learn in school, in anything that you want to do, anything, you need to learn about that first. There are a lot of opportunities going forward in your life that actually just dependent on the fact that you went to. For example, now I want to start a master's, an MBA. If I don't even have the basic, like, undergraduate education, I won't be able to apply for an MBA. Take school serious. School is not scam. And the last but not the least, trust God. Listen to the voice and the leading of God. This life cannot do it alone. You need God. You need to be in tune with the voice of God.
Hello, everybody, and once again, welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneurs Connect Show. And what we do here, of course, you already know it because, like a national anthem right now, is we speak with Africans, people who are building in Africa, businesses who are part of organizations and all of that, to learn from their journey, their story, their successes, their failures, and everything in between. And as always, we have very special guests in the house. So I want you to sit back, relax, grab your notepad and your pen because you're about to learn a lot. While at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so that you can hear from us whenever we have a new episode up. Without further ado, without wasting much of your time, I'm going to bring on our guest for today. Hello, Ife. How are you doing?
Hi, Joseph. I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. I'm very well. Thank you. Good to see you today.
And you too.
All right, Ife, you're on the Entrepreneurs Connect show. You're live now. What are your expectations for the show today?
Yeah, my expectations for the show is that I can be able to share my knowledge, my experience, and hopefully it will impact anybody that is watching or listening. Yeah, that's my expectations for the show. And if I can learn from you as well, that would be great.
We want to learn from you, so let's see how that goes. All right, awesome. So the first question I would like to ask is, will you just give us a rundown of who Ife is?
Yeah, so Ife is for now, Ife is a product designer. She has been a product designer for over 6 years. She actually enjoys building digital products that make impact in people's lives. Like, she has worked in the education system mostly, and in the education system she has actually had the opportunity to see how the products that are built have actually helped people improve in their learning. And apart from that, a first kind of person that her brain cannot stay one place. As long as she has free time, she always finds something else to do with it. So she's always thinking of ideas, trying to make money. Trying to make money is only important. Yes. And she knows that you can't make money without providing value. Yeah. So trying to provide value and make money from that. And improve Nigeria at large, because I believe Nigeria still has like potential.
Awesome. Talk to me about EdTech in Nigeria. I mean, from what you said, you've been playing this space for a while. I know there was this EdTech boom in like 2020, where because of COVID, there were a lot of EdTechs come. I even founded one at the time. But we have seen a lot of these EdTechs phase out gradually. Is it that the Nigerian market is not ready for EdTech solutions right now?
Yes. So that is a very good observation, actually. So the Nigerian market, when it comes to purchasing power, you get.
Yeah.
I don't think we are really at a level to support a lot in the edtech industry for now, because you know that we already have an educational system where people pay for. So edtech is more like an addendum to a lot of parents and people. So they need it to help their students learn better. But if the economy gets worse, it's one of the things that they will actually cut out of their budget. It's one of the first things. So it is very difficult to get an edtech like startup running in the country, because although we have a lot of people that want to use it, we don't have a lot of people that can really afford
Yeah.
use it.
The buying power is not really there. So what would be your advice to entrepreneurs that want to build edtech solutions? What should they do?
Yeah, so for entrepreneurs that want to build edtech solutions, your advice will be first understand your market, like understand your market very well. You are not selling to students, you're actually selling to parents. So you understand that your market is the parents, understand their purchasing power, can they actually afford, how valuable is it to them. If you can replace the current education system, that would be great, but I don't see that happening any time soon.
Especially in Nigeria.
Yes, and like you have to actually do the first lead work. So I worked at ULesson, and one thing that ULesson did early on was they built a let's say a library of content already, and that took a lot of money, because they have to get a studio, get people that will shoot these videos, get what they call these people, animators that will animate these videos. The initial cost that went into that project was a lot. A lot of people don't know this, but the initial cost that went into that project was a lot. So we need to also think about that. The initial, like there are some other platforms that came up after ULesson or trying to pattern the same after ULesson, but that initial cost to create the amount of video that ULesson currently has, the initial cost to get people to come in to make your standard this thing, they really need to factor that in. We get it's something that can actually break a product.
Also beautiful. Let's get back to Ife right now. That was just me throwing one of my many observations around. So Ife, tell me about your journey. How has it been so far?
My journey has been, to the glory of God, it has been haphazard and straightforward actually. So haphazard in the sense that I always have side quests on my way.
I'm listening to you. If you go ahead,
So haphazard in the sense that like I always have side quests on my way, and straightforward in the sense that like opportunity after opportunities like usually come. Firstly, I graduated from the University of Lagos with a 2-2. Actually, I graduated with a 2-2, and at that time when I finished school, I remember I was down. I was depressed because I felt like, how did I get a 2-2 in school? Like I was planning to come out either a first class or a second class upper, and I felt that my life was over.
You really ask yourself how you got a 2-2.
Yes.
From your first semester result or second semester result, you should know what to do. Yeah.
I was thinking that I could build. Don't worry, I'll build on it. I'll build on it. But I felt so down. Like once I finished school, I was like, my life is over. I'm like, my life is over. I can't even get a good job and everything. But one day I was actually lying down, and I don't know if it's God that spoke to me and put in my head that I cannot forget. I heard this clearly. Like, if you are smart, like you're hardworking, stand up from this bed. You will make it. And then I started finding ways. Okay, if I believe I can't get a good job, how will I do this? How will I do business? How will I do this? How will I do that? In fact, I started a design agency actually. Once immediately I finished school, corporate digit, but it didn't go too far because during school I was involved in a program called Ready Set Work, and I got a job on the island working with a digital agency as a WordPress developer, and that was what I focused on, at least to build experience at that time. But it was really stressful for me. At a point, I knew this is not what I wanted my life to be like, and I moved on from there to NYSC. Immediately I came out of NYSC, I started working as a product designer at hotels.ng, and from there I got a job at ULesson, with the ULesson group in Abuja, and from there it's just been an upward like trajectory. But along the way, like I said, I have side quests. Either I start this business or that business. So I've started businesses on Etsy. I've done a print on demand business. In fact, I have like 5 Instagram channels for my different businesses. I also try to start a dropshipping business as well. During when I was in school, I used to do makeup. I was a sales rep for Jumia. I was a sales rep for Maybelline.
Are you serious?
People, yes, I just always try to find something to do. And I think this is because I didn't really grow up in a wealthy family. So when I was entering the university, I knew that my parents tried their best, but I also knew that like I had to put effort. So immediately I got into school, I tried my best to get scholarship. I actually got 2 scholarships in the University of Lagos that paid my way through school. But I knew that I had to do something else to at least not put so much pressure on my parents, because I knew that they were trying their best as well. So I think that's like from a young age, I already knew that I had to build this fortitude to try to, to do better, because try to make money and not just be in school and just rely on my parents like that.
Nice. Tell me about your entrepreneurial escapade. I want to hear about the different things you did, from the Jumia sales reps to Etsy to all of that.
Yes. Okay. So my entrepreneurial journey has actually started from quite young. The first thing I can remember actually was selling buns. When I was when I was in when I was in secondary school. So during that long break, I used to go for this computer training, and when I come back, my dad had this glass showcase that he wasn't using to do anything. So I would go and buy buns from this woman and try to sell it. Then at the point I realized that the margins were not enough. I talked to my dad, so we decided to try to fry the buns and things ourselves. We did that for a while till I had to go back to school. And in school, mainly I got to Unilag, like I said before. Like once I see an opportunity to do business or to make money, like you'll see me there. I'll be there. So the first thing, Maybelline came to the school one day and they said they needed sales rep. I'd never done it before, but I had some money, so I bought their products and started going from room to room to sell those products. And during my year in Unilag, Unilag is a government university, so therefore they must strike. So there was a time that there was this strike. Because of that knowledge I had selling makeup products, I decided to learn makeup. So all this I did with my money, like everything I did with my money. So I decided to sell makeup products, to learn makeup. So I went to this place in Ikeja called Vanadale. I learned makeup. And then once school was back in session, I started like doing makeup for my fellow students. I did makeup for 500 naira, 1,000 naira then. And sometimes I get clients outside the school that pay me like maybe 3,000, 3,500. And I was doing makeup. Then in final year, I heard of this Jumia sales rep. And then we used to go and read this overnight. So when we used to go and read overnight, they take lights. I think during exam period, Unilag instructs the school to put off the gen or something so that people will not be able to read overnight in classes. And then,
Okay. Is there a reason for that?
I have no idea. But during exam period, normally like they don't take the light that much. But during exam period, they put up the lights in the lights. So there was this small lamp that you could plug into your laptop, and you turn it over your laptop, and it just provides light for you. I saw it as a business opportunity because I saw it on Jumia, and I saw people needed light because they were holding lamps. Like even putting off the light did not deter people from reading overnight in the classes.
Yeah.
So they go touch lights. So I was like, this is a good business. So I started I worked as a sales rep for Jumia, mostly for that product. So I just chose that product. So I'll bring it to nights where people are reading in the night and start advertising to them. Like you don't need to hold your touch lights, just like plug in this and put it over your system and it works. I was able to sell few, but I didn't sell too much of that because like there was a batch I got from Jumia that was a bad batch. So I have to keep going back and forth to Jumia to correct it. At the end of the day, just correcting that bad batch like ate into all the gain I'd ever made for that product.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I didn't really, after that, like it was like a bad experience that actually turned me off. So I wasn't really as gingered As in the beginning, when I was ready to sell to everybody, I just said, well, let me face my book and beg.
Definitely.
Yeah. So maybe those were the reasons I even came out with a tutu, because I was always looking for a way to make money. Yeah. And apart from that, I've also, during COVID period, when we were at home, like, I was working with Hotels at NG then, but there wasn't really much to do after a point, after a while. So, and I was sitting at home doing nothing, and I was like, I should be able to do something. And then, people were claiming I'm making money online, I'm doing this. During COVID period, people were making money online. So I decided to join Etsy and start selling face masks. I joined Etsy. I customized face masks. So it was a print on demand business, because Etsy wasn't selling to Nigerians. Etsy was selling
Just for context, just because of the viewers, what's Etsy?
Okay, so Etsy is an online platform. It started as an online platform for handmade goods. So not for big businesses. So their goal was just for like people that are sitting in their houses that maybe knitting or crocheting. So that do printing business, like small businesses, just a platform for them to sell. And after a while, it's expanded to include like print on demand businesses, as long as you are a small business. In fact, you don't need to be a small business at this point, but as long as you can sell on Etsy and you have people to buy. Yeah, Etsy is just a platform to connect sellers and buyers. So at that point, I was using print on demand, which I connected to my Etsy for fulfilling orders. So I just needed to design what I wanted it to look like. We had these guys that could help you create mock-ups. So I had mock-ups of these face masks. So what I'm actually showing to you is just a mock-up. And when you choose that you want to buy it, that print will be sent to Printful then. So I was using two platforms, Printful and Go10. So it will be sent to Printful. Printful will print it and then deliver it to you. And then give me, once it has been delivered to you, it will give me my money. So that was how it works then. And after a while, like a month or two, my face masks were not selling. So I decided to pivot. So pivoting is like it's very important in business. Like you can't sit down one place and something that is not working and you just sit down there and pray that it will work. So I decided to pivot into and you have to do a lot of research. I did a lot of research on the platform, like what is selling. I realized that once these little kids' clothes were selling. So that was why I started designing for those clothes. So I find a mock-up of a onesie, this small top and shorts for kids. You get. So I put the design and then Guten fulfills it. And there was this Father's Day period that came. I had some designs for fathers, like my father is a Superman.
Yeah.
I have the best dad in the world, and I sold a lot of those onesies. I sold it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a key lesson right there, not just getting stuck on the face masks thingy, or pivoting, researching something that's working and then going ahead to execute. That's a very good lesson.
Yes, it is. And another thing that I would like to say is just do it. Don't spend too much time learning how to do something. Like once you've learned after a while, just start doing it. Like you will make mistakes. You're actually supposed to make mistakes at first, but in the process of doing, you correct those mistakes. If you sit down and keep learning and you don't make mistakes, you will never get it.
True.
Yeah, so that was what I did. But my business was booming for a while. Then I started having issues with fulfillment. So because it was the COVID period, a lot of people were at home ordering items, but the fulfillment centers had to cut down on their staff, like on their manpower, because they had government directives like this amount of people cannot work at this time. And so the fulfillment time was pretty slow. So orders that were meant to be fulfilled in 2 to 3 weeks were taking 3 months. And for the buyers, they don't care about the fulfillment centers. Their own is I bought from you. Where is my product? So after a while, I decided to stop that business because I realized that even if I was doing a good job, there were some things that were beyond my power and were actually affecting the customer as well. And from there, I pivoted to a fully digital business. So if we digital business, I was selling Instagram highlight covers and I was selling wall art as well. So the wall art I was selling, so the main goal of that was you just need to buy my design and then you go and print it. I'm not fulfilling anything. You get. So I realized that there were some things that were beyond my control, and then I decided to remove move to products that remove those things that were beyond.
Yeah. So you don't have any third party doing the deliverable for you.
Yes.
You're totally in control of that. That makes sense.
Yes, so that was what I did, and on Etsy I made about $1,000 selling the onesies, selling the print on demand.
Nice.
This thing. But the major issue with Etsy was they only allowed Nigerians to collect money through PayPal, so there was no way for me to actually collect my money in my hand. Like I had to use it to buy on other platforms.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So you never really got to like withdraw the money.
Yes, I never really got to withdraw the money.
So how
Was
did
the money?
I'm curious.
Yes. So what happened was that the money was on PayPal. Then I can only use the PayPal to buy on
pay.
maybe I can only use it to pay on maybe AliExpress or something. So I just link it and use it to pay. I can't actually collect my money. So I wasn't able to save. I can only spend the money that's coming in. And I have to spend it on things like maybe clothes, and so I just had to pause that business after a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then you pivoted again to fully digital stuff, selling highlights, covers, and how much did that make you as well?
Yeah, so at that point, so on Etsy, you already designed and you are selling. So I realized that I'm doing this thing on Etsy. Why can't I also do it on Fiverr?
Yeah.
Yes. So I decided to do it on Fiverr. Fiverr you can't do and sell. Like you have to do it as the orders come in. So on Fiverr, I was doing it on so that period, that was when Instagram highlights first came out. So it was a new thing for a lot of people, and a lot of people wanted it. So I started selling it as well as a service on Fiverr. And on Fiverr, I made over $3,000 selling those Instagram highlights. So, and the only thing I needed to do is find a nice background, put an icon on it for view. So I didn't charge a lot for one, but I was getting like a lot of orders.
Yeah.
So and that was what made my my income, my revenue on that was a lot. That was one of my most profitable business ventures.
Nice. So you're what we'll call a woman in tech, basically.
Yes.
The entrepreneur and then a product designer, right? Tell us about your journey to tech, basically. How did it all get started for you?
Yeah, so I studied computer science in school, and I was not the best computer science student, I must say. But when we learned about web design, I just seemed to take to it. I love this. I love making things look good. I can do back end. Then I could do back end, but I just enjoyed front end. I just enjoyed like making things look good. And I think that was because I already had like graphic design knowledge. So when I was in GS3 during that long junior holiday, I actually went to a computer training center and I learned how to design. So even though from that point I learned it till I finished university, I didn't really use it, but that knowledge was like, it was already there. That experience was already there.
I'm curious, what software did you learn?
Yeah, I learned CorelDRAW then.
I'm going to throw you a controversial question. CorelDRAW and Photoshop, which one do you think is better?
I hope I'm not going to disappoint you, but Photoshop wins for me.
Why is that so?
Yeah, Photoshop just has like, so what CorelDRAW does is Photoshop is a more integrated tool. You can do, if I want to compare compare CorelDRAW to Illustrator, you get. But Photoshop can do what Illustrator can do. That's what CorelDRAW can do, and also has a lot of photo editing capabilities that.
Yeah, because you can't really edit photos with CorelDRAW.
CorelDRAW, yeah. So you also have a lot of Corel. The only problem is that the Adobe suite of tools can be quite like they have a steep learning curve. Yeah. It's not the kind of tool you can just pick and play around with and learn. Like you have to actually
really know it.
Yes, you have to know it. Yeah. But once you know it, like you can use Photoshop to do almost anything.
True. I agree with you. I agree with you that you can use Photoshop to do anything. I don't agree with you that Photoshop is very encouraged though. Just
Okay.
just pushing it up there. Well, I can use both of them, so it's cool. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, you learned for 3 months graphic.
Yes. Yes. So I think that knowledge was like dormant in my mind because I wasn't really, after learning it, I wasn't actively using it. But I think that knowledge was dormant. So when I got introduced to something similar, I just took to it. And for my internship, I worked in a digital agency where I had to, I started developing, that was when I started developing WordPress websites. Get so I started developing
Nice.
this. Then my CEO then we give me the designs on Photoshop, and I just had to try to get a WordPress template and try to make it as close to what I was given.
No.
Yeah, and also I did this Ready Set Work program in Unilag. I think I've mentioned that before. And after that, I got a 3 months internship. Immediately I finished school, working at a digital agency as well as a WordPress designer, a WordPress developer. And after that, I went for my NYC in Katsina State. And in Katsina State, I was working with a foreign company, foreign blog. I was helping them design graphics for their blog for 5,000 naira per month. Actually, 5,000 naira per.
Hold it. You just said a foreign blog.
Yes, it was a foreign. Yes,
Designing for a foreign blog, and they're paying you 5,000 naira a month.
yes.
Yes.
So I think I can.
That's
Now that you,
insane.
I don't know why I collected it, but I felt like, well, I wasn't doing any other thing, so let me do this one. Let me just do
That's
something. I had
insane.
this idea that let me just be doing something. Yeah, so the guy was Nigerian, but still he was
year?
with America. This was 2017, 2018.
Wow. 5,000 naira per month is wild, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so immediately I finished my NY. So then I didn't have product design knowledge. I didn't even know what was UI UX design. In fact, when I got into UI,
It's still bothering me. It's still bothering me because I used to be a graphic designer. I used to be a brand identity designer. And I remember that in 2017, 2018, I used to charge between 3 to 5K per design. And that's just for
Oh.
design. So when they are paying you 5K per month for designing for a whole month, that's insane. That's crazy.
yeah. So their credit actually, they did have a lot of designs actually. They used to have like maybe one blog post per week. That was 4 per month. So I was calling like 5K for four designs. Yeah. Yeah. So when I came back from my NYC, the month I came back from my NYC, I heard of the HNG internship program. So HNG internship is this online program that is like let me say 2,000 people in a Slack channel and everybody talking at the same time. And at the end of the day, they don't need as much as 2,000. So it was really hectic. It was like survival of the fittest. You just come here and show what you are good at. You are put in teams, and it's only the best that will be picked. So then when I started that internship program, I actually joined the program as a front-end developer because of my WordPress knowledge, and I was already taking some front-end courses. In fact, I had front-end knowledge from school and everything. So I joined as a front-end developer. The first task for everybody, both front-end and back-end, was to design something in Figma, just like a page in Figma, like an introduction page, like for yourself in Figma. I had never heard of Figma before that, but I went into Figma. I never learned Figma. I think because of my graphic design knowledge and almost design knowledge, I just looked at Figma.
It's a drag and drop and all of this.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is where this is, and I designed something. And once I designed and we submitted, so they have like facilitators. One of the facilitators actually came to my DM to tell me that I should go to the design track. And that was how I left the front end track to the design track. And I finished the program. Among were like 70 to 80 people that were selected at that point, and those people were recommended to interview in companies. And at that point, hotels.ng themselves they said they needed a designer. I went and interviewed with them, and I got the job immediately. So immediately after NYC, I didn't even wait. In fact, I came back from NYC in March, and I got a job in April. So immediately I came back, I got the design job, and I started working with Hotels Otenji as a product designer. I worked with Otenji for a little over 2 years before I got a job with ULESS Education, which relocated me to Abuja. So they actually funded the relocation. So then product designers were still out. Everybody needed product designers. So
Yeah.
there was like, yeah. So they were looking for talents everywhere from all over the country. And if you are good enough, they'll relocate you all the way to Abuja. So I moved to Abuja to ULESS Education. And from then, that was how I got into EdTech. I worked with ULESSN, the ULESSN app. I worked on Miva Open University from like the conception of the idea to what it is now. And then from there, I moved to another education technology company called Instill in South Africa. So that's my journey through product design and education.
Nice. As a woman in tech, what do you think is stopping a lot of women from getting into tech?
Yeah, so I think right now, so when I started a long time ago, I would say a lot of girls, a lot of women didn't really know that there was a path possible for them to make it in tech. My parents were different from most parents in the sense that I don't know why my father has always been saying since I was young that I'll become an engineer. Like they didn't, my dad didn't have this mindset that women are supposed to do this kind of work, men are supposed to do this kind of work. And in a lot of families today, subconsciously they still have this, there's still this women should do this, and then women move mostly to like things like nursing and things like that. But I think by now the space is open. So I feel like women should understand that there's nothing stopping them. So for me, from a young age, I was able to go into computer science. In fact, before computer science, I was at FUTA studying electrical and electronics engineering. We were only 2 girls in the entire class. So for women now, I think you don't even need to go to school to be in tech. So I think women should just open up their minds. Like, it's open now. Women need to open up their minds and see that there are actually opportunities for them in this space.
Nice.
And take advantage of these opportunities as well.
Nice. I'm going to ask you 2-3 more questions and then we'll call it a day. Now, the next question I want to ask you is, you've done quite a lot of stuff, basically, from entrepreneurship to working in tech as a product designer and all of that. Now, based on these experiences in life so far, right? What would you say are the top 5 lessons you've learned along your journey?
Yeah, the top 5 lessons I've learned. Number 1, stop learning and start doing. I think I've said this before. You can learn all you want about a particular field, but if you don't start doing, like, you won't actually learn. You need to start. You need to make mistakes. You need to make mistakes for you to actually learn. You need to make mistakes. Pivot when you make those mistakes, fall and come back from that fall before you know that you're actually in any business or anything you want to do. Number 2, don't sit around waiting for opportunities to come to you. Opportunities are everywhere, but you actually have to search for them.
Yeah.
And apply for them. I can't remember, like, I can't talk about the countless opportunities I've gotten in this life. I told you when I was in school, I got 2 scholarships. I got scholarship from Mobile. I got scholarship from MTN as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just need to research. You do the research and apply for these things. When immediately I finished my NYC, I got awarded by the European Union just because they put out that, okay, it was during election period, the European Union came to Nigeria to help with the elections. And when they were leaving, they brought a lot of equipment like phones, laptops, and they were leaving. They didn't want to leave with those things. They wanted to give them out. So they asked people that participated in the elections to send in like videos on why they participated in the election. A lot of people did not hear about it, and a lot of people that heard about it did not do anything about it. I just sent in a random video with a very bad network at that time, and somehow I was elected. I came all the way to Abuja. There was a huge program. I was given a new laptop, new phone, like things that I would not have afforded for myself. So you know to know that there are actually opportunities out there, and you take advantage of opportunities. Number 3, education is important. There's a reason why I didn't say school is important. Education is important. You need to be educated apart from what you learn in school. In anything that you want to do, anything, you need to learn about that first. You know, I said before that stop learning and start doing. So you need to learn, but immediately after learning, start doing. Doing is part of learning. And there's this thing that's been going around that school is scam. School is not scam, please. I know I came out with a tutu in school, but I will say that school is not scam.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities going forward in your life that actually just dependent on the fact that you went to. For example, now I want to start a master's, an MBA. If I don't even have the basic, like undergraduate education, I won't be able to apply for an MBA.
Yeah.
Even if the MBA is the MBA is mostly not connected to what I actually studied in school, is business administration, to know how to run and manage a business. But I still need that undergraduate degree. So please take school serious. School is not scam. And the last word is trust God. Like
Very important. Sure.
trust God. Listen to the voice and the leading of God. This life cannot do it alone. So you need God. You need to be in tune with the voice of God.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for those lessons. They're profound, especially the very last lesson. Trust God, right? Trust God. If I quit that, listen to the voice of God a lot. Even if you're not a Christian, you can still hear the voice of God. Is your Father. So listen to Him. It's going to guide. All right, beautiful. One more question and we call it a day. And that question is that people look at you right now and they watch this show and they're like, wow, she's got everything all figured out in her life. I want to be like her one day. And they have this superhuman picture of you. So I'm going to throw you a question that brings out your human side a little. And that question is, what are you still trying to figure out in your life right now?
Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. Life is not linear, actually. One thing that I've learned is that life is not linear. You can be going up and then something will happen and just push you off your trajectory. Like right now, I got a very good job in that was paying me very well, and I enjoyed working with the people. But things happened, and the company went bankrupt, and now I'm without a job. But what I would say is that no matter the situation you find yourself, just keeping in mind that you can't stay down. There is always a way. There is always something that you can do.
No.
Yes, life is not linear. Don't expect life to be linear. Things will happen to knock you down, knock you off your game. But you just need to always get back up and find the next important thing to do. Do not dwell on your mistakes. Do not dwell on the past. Just look forward to the future and think of the next important thing to do. What can I do? And just try to, even if it is the smallest thing possible that you can do about it, just try to do it. For me now, I'm thinking towards the future and I'm seeing a path where I would have my own design agency based on the work that I'm doing now. And I think that's because I did not just sit down and say I'm looking for a job. I must find a job because I've been in a career person for about 6 years now. I must just get another job, it's another job that I need. No, there are also other pathways. I freelance as well, and that freelance I can turn it into a business on its own, and then I even become an employer of labor. Yeah. So that is my advice, actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ife, for this session. It was really challenging, mind blowing, and there are a lot of lessons to learn. Finally, before you go, if people do want to connect with you and interact with you, where can they find you?
Yes, thank you very much for having me, Joseph. Actually, this was actually a wonderful session for me too. So, if you want to interact with me, you can find me on LinkedIn mostly for now. You can find me on LinkedIn at LinkedIn. I don't know if I say it's
What's your name on LinkedIn?
okay. Just Ife is it's a pretty long name. Ifeoluwasimi OluShola.
Ifeoluwasimi
Ifeoluwasimi OluShola.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong at all.
Most people can say Ifeoluwasimi, so I just tell them my name is Ife.
Oh, I see. Ifeoluwasimi OluShola. No, it's not.
Yeah, so you can find me on
Wrong at all.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, guys. So do find her on LinkedIn, follow her. She has a lot to share. She has a message to share. You're going to learn a lot from Ifeoluwasimi OluShola. Thank you very much. Tell them to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel, please. Like
Tell them
and
to hit.
subscribe.
They should hit the button. They should everything. Right.
Like, hit the button, subscribe to the channel.
All right, thank you.
Channel name is never done.
Yes, please hit that subscribe button and like it. All right, take care of yourself, everybody, and cheers.
All right, and you too.